Text them for me. If we go live, can they still happen?
Absolutely.
Text them now.
We are now live.
Text them. If we go live, can they still happen?
All right, do we have everyone here? Just want to give a minute or two buffer time. How's everybody doing? Good day?
Yep, doing.
Yes, sir.
That's Miss Corey. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Bringing the energy, love it.
Lions Den.
Gee, that's right.
You know what it is. I know. I see you.
Can we share the presentation?
Okay, should be able to now. Try it now.
Does anyone have it up? Oh, no, I don't. Let me pull it up. Let's see. Ms. Bright. Oh, you didn't have the Google form.
Yes, sir. Hold on.
Let's see.
They're all co-hosts, so they should have the ability to share.
All right.
Yes, sir.
I just shared it with the ability with everyone.
Okay.
We just need the presentation up. Lauren, can you pull it up? And while you're doing it, I'll go ahead and get started. Good evening, everyone. The time now is 6:03. I know that we are already live in this moment. Listen, my name is Ramon Garner. I am the proud principal of the John Lewis Invictus Academy. And we called this virtual town hall meeting for a couple of reasons this afternoon. One, we wanted to connect with you, our families, our parents, to just give you some very pertinent information regarding your school, our school, around what's to come and what's coming next here for John Lewis Invictus Academy. And so for this evening, we will be talking about a few things that's coming up. First, athletics. So we have our athletic director, Coach Spriggs, who is on the call. He'll be giving you some information regarding athletics and what's to come this summer, what students have to have in order to be eligible to participate in sports and athletics here at John Lewis Invictus Academy. From there, we will have some updates from another assistant principal, Mrs. Lauren Lamont, around some student data information. From there, we'll have some updates around our summer academy which we're really excited and pumped up for this year. Summer Academy to really address some learning loss that's taking place during this virtual pandemic that we've been a part of. And then lastly, we save the best for last. We want to talk to our parents and get some information from you. We want to hear from you. I'm really interested in hearing your voice around what you want to see here at John Lewis and Victus Academy, what things you would like to see implemented in our school, some of the changes or things that you like or don't like. So we'll leave that information at the very last for you to be able to give us some feedback on. Without further ado, let's dive in. Coach Spriggs, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, go ahead.
All right. Good evening, everybody. Again, I'm Coach Spriggs. I'm the athletic director here at John Lewis and Victus Academy. Just want to give everyone some updates about athletics. We're excited that we will be offering all of our sports next year. So for the fall, we have football, which is only for 8th and 7th graders. 6th graders will not be allowed to play. This is a safety issue that the district has in place. We also have cheer and we have girls softball. For winter sports, we have girls and boys basketball and also cheer. And then for our spring sports, we have girls and boys soccer, girls and boys track, baseball, and girls flag football. Now, in order to be academically eligible, students must pass 4 out of 5 classes this 4th marking period of this year in order to participate in our fall sports. And then for sports for winter and spring, next year we'll be back on our semester schedule where they'll have 6 classes. So they have to pass 5 out of 6 classes. And 70 and above is passing. All right, 70 and above is passing. Also, they must have a current physical on file with me. I must have a physical in order for them to participate in any summer workouts, practices, anything. For our fall sports, football, cheer, and softball, we will have summer workouts. Still waiting on the district to give us a date that we can begin summer workouts, but right now it's looking like about June 15th will be the tentative date that we'll be able to start. But once we get that final answer, we'll definitely get that information out to you. So for the physicals, you're able to go get a physical on your own, but if you want to take advantage of our doctor, we have a doctor coming to the school Saturday, June 5th at 10 a.m. and it'll be located in the gym, and the cost is $20, and it's only cash. That money goes directly to the doctor performing the physicals. So again, Saturday, June 5th at 10 a.m. in our gym, and the cost is $20. And we only ask that the physicals are only provided to our students here at John Lewis and Victus Academy, and you must wear a mask as well. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out.
Thank you, Coach Spriggs. I want to follow Coach Spriggs up with, we want to see all of our students participating in something. We have all of these athletic teams that are here. We also have clubs, organizations that you will hear more about. But I believe that every student needs to be involved in something. So that'll be, 1 or 2 questions that I have for every student. What's your name? And then what do you do around the school? So we want to increase, our participation rates. So make sure that families, you take advantage of the Saturday to get physicals here at the school. Thank you, Coach Spriggs, for those updates. That information also will be added to our website for you to access at any time. Before we move to the next thing, I also want to say for all students who are involved, there is an incentive for all students and parents who are here. So please make sure you put your name in the chat so that we can capture who is here. And if you are here and your friend isn't, you have a phone, you have a number for them, give them a call and tell them to join our virtual town hall meeting. It's taking place right now. All right, next up is our summer academy updates.
Okay. Hello, everyone, this evening. Just want to update everyone on what's going on this summer. We will be having our what's called Royal Line STEAM Summer Academy, and registration has been extended to the 14th. Previously, it was the 7th, but the district wanted to extend it to the 14th. I'm very proud to say that as of right now, we are the middle school with the most enrollment. If I'm correct, we are right at about the mid 300s. And the program runs from June 2nd to June 30th, Monday through Friday, 9:05 to 4 p.m. The academic portion will be from 9:05 to 2 p.m. And then After School All-Stars will have the afternoon segment from 2 to 4. Transportation will be provided and routes are forthcoming after registration closes on the 17th. Then transportation will put everything together and we'll know the routes. Uniforms are not required, but students must follow district dress code. Discipline, students who violate disciplinary policies are subject to disciplinary actions. And as more updates come, we will give more out. More updates will be given out via phone post or letters or etc.
Thank you, Dr. Vincent. Again, really looking forward to our Summer Academy program. We want as many students as possible to be involved. We know that students have been home virtually all this school year. As things are becoming more safe, people are getting vaccinated. We want to get our students back in the building, and we want to make sure that we close some gaps, because next school year, we have a lot of work to do to get ready for the Georgia Milestones in the spring of 2022. So parents, please take advantage. It is from 9:05 to 4 every day during the month of June for Summer Academy. Take advantage. All right. Up next are some instructional goals and data review.
Good evening, families. I'm going to share some of our instructional goals that we had during this year of virtual learning, as well as the student data that we've collected and how that's going to inform how we move forward into this summer and the upcoming school year. So as a review, our goals this year were to provide high quality instruction in a virtual setting. Our teachers and staff have been laser focused on this. Our goal has been to limit the learning loss caused by a lack of in-person instruction. We know that there's no substitute for in-person, face-to-face instruction, but we have worked our hardest to limit the learning loss of students through virtual instruction. We've also strived to continuously measure student growth in both reading and math throughout the year using our STAR assessments. Students took this assessment 3 times in the fall, winter, and spring. And so regardless of what was going on with students throughout the year, if they were growing or not, we felt like it was very important to collect this data to help us move forward with each student individually as we come to the upcoming academic year. All right, 6th grade student data. So this is a snapshot of 6th grade's reading and math data from the STAR assessments. So I want you to look at the colors on the screen, and I want you to focus on the red. So what red means is the amount of students or percentage of students that are requiring urgent intervention. They're a few grade levels behind, and they're going to need a lot of intervention throughout the summer and the upcoming school year. In the 2019-2020 school year, so pre-COVID, for reading, we had about 40% of our students fall into this category of needing urgent intervention. That number grew throughout this year to now we have almost 75% of our students needing that intervention. Okay, if we look at math, we see similar trends. So with our 6th graders, about 25% of them needed urgent intervention pre-COVID, and now we've got about half of our student population that needs urgent intervention. We're seeing somewhat similar trends with 7th and 8th grade. However, the learning loss wasn't quite as great as we're seeing. So 7th and 8th graders were able to acclimate a little bit better to the virtual learning. And while we are still seeing some learning loss in both reading and math, it didn't hit them as hard as it did our 6th graders. So pre-COVID with reading for 7th grade, we had about 44% needing urgent intervention. And then you can see the 2021 school year, the red is bigger. We have more students, about 60% now needing urgent intervention. Students in math, students were doing better in math, or it didn't impact them as much. So only, we got through this school year, and now we have about 40% of students needing urgent intervention compared to 30% pre-COVID. Move to 8th grade. Thank you. And then very similarly, we're still seeing some learning loss with in reading with our 8th graders, as well as in math. But again, it didn't hit them quite as hard as it did our 6th graders. Next slide, please. All right, the key takeaways from this data. So across all grade levels, we did see some learning loss, both in reading and in math. The 6th grade, as I mentioned, it appears to have experienced the greatest learning loss and had the largest increase in the red, of students in the red. I will say, due to the challenges of taking assessments at home, we're unsure of how accurate this data is, right? So we've got our students learning at home. They might have their brothers and sisters around. It might just be challenging to complete these tests in the same ways that they'd be able to in school. So we're really not going to have a full picture of where students are academically until they return to us face-to-face in the fall. However, regardless of what learning loss may have occurred for your child, we feel confident in being able to close those learning gaps through our daily instruction and intervention strategies for the upcoming school year. But I will say it's very important for your students, if at all possible, to opt into the Summer STEAM Academy to take advantage of those learning opportunities, both over the summer and then, of course, be ready to hit the ground running when we get back to school in the fall.
All right. Thank you so much, Mrs. Lamont. I think we can stop sharing because the last is going to be Ms. Miller. And as we are preparing for Ms. Miller to come on, I just want to recap really a few things for our parents. It is going to be very, very important. And thank you, AP Green, for getting those slides up for us. It's going to be really, really important that students of parents who are involved, and I say we have some parents who are here to spread the word about Summer Academy. We have a lot of things planned for you and for your students starting next year. We will have a literacy block for the first 45 minutes of every single school day, where we will focus on literacy and increasing literacy at John Lewis and Victus Academy. So more to come on that. We will be starting our STEAM initiative school-wide here at John Lewis, and just some other things. One of my goals is to make sure that our students, when they leave our school in the 8th grade, that they enter high school with some high school credits. And so we are working really, really hard to make sure that that gets off the ground as well. So again, a lot of promising things that's happening. We have a talented, very talented staff who is ready, willing, and able to teach at a high level. Now, the last part of this town hall meeting today, I want to turn over to Ms. Lori Miller. And what we want to do again is get your voice, parents. So many times we make decisions as school leaders in a room, right? It's myself and another group of people, and we're trying to make decisions for you. We're trying to get inside of and think about what you want to see and what you like, instead of, as opposed to just speaking with you or giving you an opportunity to give us feedback and to tell us what you would like to see in your school and our school. And so with that, Ms. Miller is going to talk about opportunities to do just that, get our parent voice. Ms. Miller.
Thank you, Mr. Garner. So good evening, everyone. I'm Ms. Miller, the Parent Engagement Specialist. And like Mr. Garner said, I just want to talk to you a little bit. As always, we just want to do a quick look. As we look at these famous partnerships, we see people hugging each other and giving each other pecks on the cheek. But one thing that we can say about all of these famous partnerships is that these people always have each other's backs. They're always there for one another, no matter what. If you're looking at Bert and Ernie, or even Beyonce and Jay-Z, regardless of what happens, they are always there for each other through thick and thin. And when you think about a partner, that's what you want. Somebody who's going to be by your side, someone who's going to guide you, and somebody who is going to work with you and not against you. So that being said, I want you to take a look and ask yourself, do you want your child to have better grades and test scores, better attendance and engagement, a better attitude about school, a better chance of earning scholarships and grants for college, because we know those are the ones that you don't have to pay back. Do you want your child to have higher self-esteem and better peer and adult relationships? Do you want to have a better understanding of how to help your child succeed academically? A better understanding of how to engage your child at home? Sometimes when they get home and you say, "What'd you do today?" What's their first answer? Nothing. What'd you learn today? Nothing. And you're like, "I know you were at school like 8 hours." So do you want to know how to help your child develop a better attitude about school? Sometimes it's like pulling teeth to try to get them out of bed and get them there, and you have to stay on top of them. How do we get them excited about school? Like when they were in elementary, they used to be excited to go. So do you want to have a better understanding of scholarships and grants for college? Even though they're in middle school, now is the time to start thinking about that. And do you want to have a better understanding of how to help your child develop a higher self-esteem and better peer and adult relationships? I know growing up, my mother told me that one of the things that hurt her feelings the most was her feeling like a teacher didn't like me, because I used to run my mouth all the time. But look where it got me. So if you answer yes to any of these questions, here's what I need you to do. First of all, I need you to know, much like Mr. Garner said, and any other JLIA staff member that's here will tell you, we want parents to be our partners. We cannot do this work without you. We appreciate you. It's Teacher Appreciation Week right now, but we appreciate you for sending us the best that you have, and we want to take those students and mold them. And we have the same goal that you do. We want to see our students be successful. And like Mr. Garner said, we want to send them off to high school more prepared than they could ever imagine. So here's what we need you to do. Please complete this survey for a chance to be entered into a raffle for sure. So here's the survey link. Also, if you'll just take your camera phone, there's nothing bad on there. There's nothing bad on there. Just take your camera phone, have it in camera mode, turn it and face the screen, and you can scan where it says scan me. By doing that, it will take you straight to the Google form. On that form, ladies and gentlemen, you will be able to complete the parent survey. There are all kinds of questions on there. It does look like it's lengthy, but that's just because, you know, it's a Google form. It's not too long. Please enter that information for each child that you have at John Lewis Invictus Academy. And from there, we will be able to hear your voice. Not only that, we are in the process of bringing back our PTSA. And again, all those things that I just showed you, that is the key. Parents are the key to success, and we need you to partner with us today so that together we can create a better tomorrow for you, for your children, for our community as a whole. So on that form, there's a place that says, yes, I'm willing to join PTSA, and yes, I want to be contacted. Please go ahead and fill that out during this time, and I will be sure to reach out to you. Thank you all so much, and thank you for choosing Invictus and choosing greatness.
Thank you, Ms. Miller. Parents, as I told you, we have some very talented people, and you just got a glimpse today of some of our talent that we have. And thank you again. Shout out to AD Spriggs, all of my assistant principals, Ms. Donna Davis, Mr. Andrew Fuller, Mrs. Tanetta Green, Mrs. Lauren Lamont, Dr. Mark Vincent, and a whole host of other staff members who are here. Parents, if you have any questions at this time, I keep looking back as I'm looking at the YouTube screen. If there are any questions, or if you have any questions, this is the time to post those in the chat. It didn't take us quite 30 minutes, but that is very, again, pertinent information that we need for you to get. Please spread the word. Any kids who are interested in participating in sports, please make sure that you come and get your physicals. As you saw the data that was showed today, we have some work to do, plain and simple. We have some work to do. We have something to prove at John Lewis Invictus Academy. I always say that people will know us for what we can do academically next year and in the years to come. So you were able to see a glimpse of the data. And I think the positive thing for me out of that is that we've been taking, like our kids have been taking the assessments. So we've been able to see kind of where we are, and we'll deal with that head on come next year when we can get students back in the building safely. But that work starts with what you heard about this summer. I can't speak enough about Summer Academy. I'm so excited for the leadership that we have running that program for us, and Mrs. Tanetta Green and Dr. Vincent. They have put in a ton of work to make sure that our parents are called, that you're notified about Summer Academy, and that you are enrolled. And so we've done all of that legwork. They've done that legwork for you. All we need you to do is wake the babies up, get them dressed, put them on a bus and send them to school. We'll take it from there. We'll send them back to you fed and well taken care of at 4 o'clock every day. But we need you to get them up and get them here so that we can close some of these gaps. Last thing I'll say is I'm always talking to kids about their graduation date. So we know our 6th graders right now, they graduate in the year 2027. That sounds a long way away, but it's really not. It's already 2021. And then our 7th graders right now in 2026, and our current 8th graders, their graduation date is 2025. So it's really, literally 4 years away for them starting next year. So the time to start thinking about those things is now. And we have a group of people who are ready to help guide you as parents through this process. They are knowledgeable. They know what the next steps are. They know what to do. I trust them. And parents, I'm telling you to do the same. All right. Ms. Bright, are there any questions that we need to address at this time in the chat or anywhere?
I just about to say no, but then there one popped up.
Okay.
How come I can't pronounce the first name? Says, can you talk about the milestones? I'm not
Yes.
sure. Okay.
Yes, we'll talk a little bit about the milestones. So the milestones this year was only for students who were in person. It is going to give us some depiction of where the kids are who are taking it, but it is not as serious or as strenuous as it will be for next year. So our kids who are here, who are taking it, need to take it very seriously just because we want to know exactly where they stand. But my focus and this team's focus is really around getting some of the gaps closed this summer and getting ready for the Georgia Milestones on next year, because we need all of that red that we saw, 73% of our kids in the beginning level. We need those numbers to reverse, and we need over 80% of our kids at a developing plus level. And so that's where the work really starts. So we are engaging in the milestones. 6th grade begins tomorrow, actually, for the 6th graders who are here in person. And we'll finish out this week and next week with that. Hopefully that answered your question.
Okay, I'm reading from the bottom up, family. So just give me a chance to get to your question. I'm reading from the bottom up. So one question says, will or 6th graders be able to be involved in any activities?
Rising 6th graders, Coach Spriggs.
Yes, 6th graders can participate in all athletics except for football. So football is the only sport they cannot participate in. And again, that's a district rule, just out of safety. We had a lot of 6th graders getting hurt in the past because a lot of times they're not, as big and as physical as our 8th graders. You have some that are, but the district made a decision where 6th graders cannot play football, but any other sport they are able to participate in.
So that's basketball, track, baseball, softball. I know I'm missing a whole lot. We also have clubs, organizations. Parents, I can tell you one of the things that I want to make sure we do next year is, we want after school to almost look like the regular school day, meaning, we want kids to be involved. So if they're not at a sports practice, then they're going to be at tutoring. And we'll send them back to you after 6 o'clock every day, again, with a meal. But we want them on campus as long as possible. So no football for 6th graders, but you can do everything else.
So there was a question about the deadline for Summer Academy. Ms. Gresham did answer it in the chat, but just I'll voice it for that parent who did ask. The deadline has been extended to May 8th.
No, Actually, May 14th now.
May 14th. Yes, well, thank you. I'm glad that I voiced that. Yes, parents, is May 14th, the deadline for a summer academy. Next question. Someone says, I need my son in summer school. Can I get more information, please?
All she needs to do is come up to school if possible. If possible, come up and just I have a little permission slip. She can sign her name, or she could put her name in the chat, and I can just take the name from the chat. She could just privately chat it to myself or Miss Green, and I could add it that way. And then later on, just kind of send me an email or something. I'll contact the parent.
Okay, the parent's name is April Lamar. I'm not sure what the student's name is because it shows with the name. So.
If mom could just put that name, we'll call you tomorrow and get that done. If you can put
okay.
And she could just privately send it to you or send it to somebody privately if she wants to do that, and it's fine. We'll make sure we get the child in.
Okay. Will the kids be able to sign up for these programs this fall? I'm not sure which programs the parent is referencing.
Yes, pretty much. When we begin to plan for open house next year, we'll have opportunities for parents to sign up for different clubs, organizations, sports. So more information to come on sign up for those. I think the biggest thing is if you have a son or a daughter who is interested in participating in any sports, you need to make sure that we get here for the physical on the date that Coach Spriggs gave, and it will be on the website. And then from there, even if it's not a fall sport, those physicals last a full year. So you can't play if you don't have a physical. So you got to get a physical. So lock that date in and make sure that they're here for that. And then we can work from there.
Okay, there's a question about when will kids be able to register for track?
So track is a spring sport. So we get started with track and our other spring sports probably around January, February. So that'll be second semester.
Okay. Even though I think
also one thing real quick I want to say about football, even though sixth grade cannot play football for the school, we do have a partnership with the Atlanta Falcons for the flag football that they can participate with that.
Okay, there's a question about will there be any programs offered such as theater or et cetera that may not participate in sports? I think Mr. Robinson addressed that, but definitely if anybody wants to speak to that.
Absolutely, I'm glad you said that. We have fine arts here at John Lewis, so your child has an opportunity to be in band and chorus that we started, and we just purchased all brand new band instruments. We've purchased new equipment for our chorus. We are starting an engineering program. We have dance program, dance class. We have theater class. We have just about everything. We have audio visual, Spanish, ROTC. I know I'm missing some, health. So there are a myriad career exploration, Ms. Haddock's class. So there are a myriad of different things for kids to be involved in. Like I said, I want all of our kids to be involved. We had 69 students who qualified for our beta club who had a 3.0 or higher GPA. So that's a club that we want more students to be involved in, to strive to be able to be a part of. We will begin a debate team next year as well. So there's no excuse. We have something for everybody, whether you are an athlete or not. You don't have to be an athlete. There's something for you to do at John Lewis. And guess what? If we don't offer something that you want to do, then bring me an idea written up in a proposal form that's organized. Tell me about your plans, and we'll work on making that happen.
Earlier in the presentation, someone did ask to repeat the information about summer school registration.
Okay, you have to register by May 14th. And I wanted to mention too about the parent that wanted to sign the student up for summer school. If you would like, we could, like you said, go ahead and sign the children up themselves. If they want to call the school tomorrow, that would be great. Just give us a call and we can do it on our end. So they won't have to, put the names in the chat. I understand that. So you have until the 14th to do it on your own. But if you would like to call us, we can do it manually at the school.
Just to piggyback on what Ms. Green said, also too, if the parent will feel comfortable emailing us, so we just have verification. If she's comfortable just sending us a quick email too with the student name, that also will ensure that we can have proof that she wants to register the student.
Okay, there's also, and I think what the parent is asking is, can she or he sign their child up for a specific elective? Because the statement says, I want to sign Chanel up for ROTC. So I guess maybe if we can speak to how the elective cycle works, so that will provide some clarification.
Absolutely, yes. So there are some elective classes that are full year, meaning kids who are interested in, like I said, band, just to name a few: band, chorus, theater, dance. Those, you have an option to be in those classes year long if you plan on being a band student, because they will have performances throughout the year. For other elective courses, they are set up in 9-week cycles. So every student will be exposed to ROTC. Every student will be exposed to Spanish. Every student will take PE at some point throughout the year through those 9-week cycles. So if they don't have it, say, first semester, they will have it before they leave.
Okay, as of now, one additional question. Are there any programs that allow students to have their scholastic colleagues as mentors?
That's not something that I am familiar with, but I'm going to say, give me more information on that. Maybe give us a call, come up and see me. I don't see why not, but I would just need to hear more about that before I give a definitive yes.
Someone is asking, will there be any sports for 8th graders this summer? I'm not sure if Coach Spriggs spoke to that.
So for the 8th graders that are going to be going to high school, I know, for example, football, they are able to go start working out conditioning now. So like they're going over to Douglas High School, they're starting conditioning right now for football. And also, I believe their cheer tryouts is coming up very soon as well. So if you're in the 8th grade going to high school, you just need to contact whatever high school they're going to and speak to the coaches over there to see when their workout schedule is going to be.
Yeah, and tomorrow, guys, just to give you a heads up, there'll be a parent meeting for Douglas High School at 6 p.m. via Zoom. The link can be located on our website under the events tab. It'll be led by Assistant Principal Mr. Jennings over at Douglas High School, where they can you can ask us questions about like when can I get involved in summer workouts, etc. So that will be available tomorrow. The link is on our website and also on their website, 6 p.m. The link is under the events tab for the Frederick Douglass High School parent informational meeting.
That's all I see, for now, Mr. Garner.
Parents, hopefully, again, you were able to get that survey. Please get the survey. We will put it on the website as well. If you need it again, put it in the chat so we can pull it back up. But I'm so serious about hearing your voice and wanting to know what you feel and how you see things. The last thing I'll say is this week is Teacher Appreciation Week. So parents, if you haven't, show our teachers some love, either in the chat or send them an email, just telling them how much you appreciate them. I mean, it's really tough. I know it's tough on our families as well. And I always say, when I send a calling post out, that I hope, these messages find your families healthy and safe. And I mean that. But as teachers as well, a lot of the work that you don't see is all of the planning that they're doing, the late nights grading the papers, making sure that they have quality lessons virtually and engaging lessons for your child every day. It's not easy. And so I just want to make sure that that you show them some love and let them know. All right. If there's not anything else, I want to say definitely Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day, which is going to be this Sunday. Happy Mother's Day to all of the mothers at John Lewis Invictus Academy and all of the staff and the mothers who are on this call. We would not be here without you. So we appreciate you and we love you for everything that you do for us. Thank you, moms, and thank you, staff. And thank you, families. If there aren't any other questions, we will conclude for the night. Be safe, everybody. Get some rest, and we'll see you in the morning.